Peace, everybody. Check this out. Gotta just drop something in a unique way, in a way that people never really hear too much on the spiritual path. Whatever your path may be, it may be a path of working with your spirit guides or archangels more, or your ancestors more, or being more in tune with Islam, or whatever other religion, or just, you're unorthodox, you're just spiritual, you want to tune with Mother Earth more, you want to do more yoga, you want whatever, you get the idea. A lot of times we have karma that we feel is a affliction against our path. We feel it's like, is this a stain? Oh no, that's a shadow. We feel like it's some opposing negative force, whether it's the devil, whether we believe in principles of karma, whether we believe in, some people believe it's demons and the shadow self, whatever the ways you want to call it. We feel that it's this affliction of karma against us, right? And we try to, as human beings, we always try to dictate how everything is going to go. I have these spiritual problems, this and that, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to enroll in this yoga course, this meditation course, okay, and then I'm going to go through a 2-week shaman retreat, right, for soul retrieval, as they call it, to put myself back together with lost fragments, parts of my soul, my spirit, do certain cleansing in the Native American tradition. I'm going to do a 3-week vegan detox, and then what's going to happen then is I'm going to be aligned, I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to, guess what, I'm here to tell you this. The shit don't always work that way. Depending on your karma, the things that some people say your soul agreed in a contract to come down with these problems to make yourself more complete. I feel like a halfway about that. I'm not going to waste too much time on that, right now, on I'll believe in it or not, and, that type of thing. But whatever, like, okay, different people have like more stronger forces of what we perceive as negativity. I always gotta say what we perceive as negativity, because I have this theory that nothing that is in you on a mind, body, soul level, shadow self, or ego is ever against you. As you came down in totality as a mind, body, spirit, manifestation, energy body, chakras, lower self, higher self, nothing is ever working against you. Just in the delusional realms of Maya, or this matrix, or this web over this entire planet, we see the things we're uncomfortable with as opposition against us, like the devil or something like that, when if we just get out of the duality consciousness of saying this is right or wrong, this is uncomfortable, comfortable, preferable, unpreferable, it's something that if I take a step back, because you have that ability with your mind. A lot of people don't think we have that ability, but you have the ability to go, and this goes into what we call the silent witness, or the neutral observer aspect of you, where you can always take a step back and say, wow, I see these emotions I'm feeling, this uncomfortable feeling, the same loop, scratch record groove playing over and over of these sad thoughts that come up when this certain stimulus happens, where it makes me remember this type of thing. But then another dimension opens up where if you're able to keep watching over and over, there's a gap. There's the observer, me as an observer, looking at that. And eventually, that karmic pattern has no choice but to die because you're not giving in. You're taking a step back. Notice these butterflies in the stomach, knots on my eyebrows when this energy come up. My breathing changes. You step. I'm going into a whole nother thing that it wasn't my intention for this video. These are certain mental and spiritual practices. But why I really wanted to make this is that originally what I said, we try to dictate our spiritual paths, that this is going to happen, this can happen, and most of the time it does not happen that way. That ego aspect of yourself is very elusive and tricky, and it can interject itself on the spiritual path. You're not finished yet. You're not healed enough. That sounds familiar? I got to take another course because I don't think I healed this. These tricky aspects of our mind. Some call it archons, which is negative beings in the mind realm that play tricks on you to keep you in cycles, like going in circles, like the Matrix. When Neo was in that train station, he kept running and kept coming back to that same, right? Keep that in mind. But my message to say is that sometimes it don't always work that way. I'm gonna drive the point home because I feel like I'm, going in circles and going on sidetracks. The gift and the curse of a cerebral and intellectual, spiritual, evolved mind. Let me drive the point home. Personally, with me in this pandemic, like everyone else, whatever your flaws was, you'll find yourself, like, if you love eating more healthy, dominantly maybe vegetarian, pescatarian, probably find yourself ordering Domino's pizza. If you're a person that drink only 4 times a month, you find yourself drinking 10 times. If you smoke only every weekend, you find yourself smoking on Wednesday, Tuesday too, Monday too. You're like, yo, I'm overdoing it. And I find myself in that kind of space. And I was judging myself. And I'm like, yo, this is not me. But what I want to say is this. When it comes, for me personally, I find myself drinking a little more alcohol than I usually do. And it's not crazy, but a crazy level, but I'm like, yo, this is not, I usually drink just maybe once or twice a week. I'm more being a vegan / sometimes pescatarian, add a little eggs in there, kind of very healthy, health nut type of vibe. And I'm noticing there's this mixture where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I'm on my health shit. Thursday, Friday, Saturday I'm like, okay, I'm chucking it down. I'm like, damn, am I falling apart? This and that. And I come to realize this, and this one drive the point home. In a time right now where there is just intense negativity and vibration, you're not alone. Stop beating yourself up. You're supposed to be on the path. You're still on the path. All the shit is processing. You're processing shit that you have no choice to process, that's challenged you mentally, emotionally, physically at this point in time right now. Everyone. So stop beating yourself up in excess that you're, oh my God, I fell off my mainly vegan or vegetarian type of vibe. I'm not doing my yoga or my meditation or these things like I used to. Am I falling off? This is what I want to say. Let's give an example, and I'm going to hit it from a level, like I said, from the very beginning that people don't really hit. Let's give an example of alcohol. Alcohol, of course, creates a dense vibration in you. If you're doing it in excess, of course, you're dulling your central nervous system, and then the dependency happens on that for a biochemical reaction to feel relaxed, and it's just not a good thing if you go too long without it. But what I want to say, if you're going through This pandemic shit right now, child, if you're isolated alone on a mental, emotional, spiritual, physical level, like you financially challenged on that, there might be things that come up that's so intense and disturbing. I'm a dare to say this, that you may need some alcohol to dull the central nervous system. That is just, if you didn't have that, it'll just come up and you just have a nervous breakdown. How many medicines is out there heals your heart, but your liver fucking collapses? Stimulates your brain, but gives you asthma. Heals your pancreas, but shuts down your kidneys. Like, alcohol, yes, we see it destroys people's lives, drunk driving, accidents, killings and deaths and this and that. But let's not forget that alcohol does, people who handle it responsibly, that need that relaxation for a certain amount of time so things don't come up and just really tear you the fuck down in the worst way, can help. Long as you are conscious to not let it take you over and not go too long. If I found myself going on, it's been about, for me, about 2.5 weeks. I'm like, well, I'm going a little in too much. I got a plan. I'm about to do a 21-day all fruits, super detox, sunbathing, yoga, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just, as long as you can snap out of it. But in a phase where things that has come up in this coronavirus phase, very intense, things coming up from childhood, things coming up from teenage days, all parts of our shadow self, just shit arising now to be processed, things that you didn't even think was in you anymore. And sometimes we might not be eating right, we might be drinking a little more and this and that, but those vibrations are a dense vibration. And sometimes a dense vibration, even though it's not perfect and it's not the healthiest, may be needed to ground down with vibrations that, if it was too much in your mind, you snap or catch a nervous breakdown, something like that. So that's all I want to say on that. It's just something to think about and not overjudge yourself. Hop back on your horse, which I'm doing. Because at the same time, simultaneously, as I was in a so-called half imperfected state, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I'm doing my sunbathing. Sun has so much vital energy. Everyone should, if you black, whatever, white, sit in that sun and absorb those spiritual rays and activate that vitamin D in the body and all that. That's another story. Sitting in nature heals just by sitting in it. Getting those subtle vibrations within your body. Doing that for 3 days, then I'm like, whoa, 3 days I'm drinking, smoking. And I'm realizing that the state of mind that I'm in right now, how I'm even flowing with this eloquence of words, you can see I'm not distorted and like, did he lose? I sound crazy? No, I sound very intelligent, sharp, and on point, which tells me, relax, don't overjudge yourself. Because if people can use toxic medicines from Dwayne Reed, alcohol can be used in the same way, but not in excess. Or if you're eating junk foods too. I know it sounds crazy, but long as, I hope that you was already on a path of doing spiritual certain things, so that you don't get too lost into junk foods, alcohol, and it's a game to play with those who already was doing previous spiritual work but had these imperfections in them. But it could be a sinking ship for some people who not into anything spiritual. So my conclusion is this, man: you can't dictate your spiritual path. Sometimes you might not be perfect. Long as you keep that focus and that anchor of knowing that you're gonna hop back on your horse, is not a big deal. Okay? Hope this helps y'all to feel grounded and some sort of peace of mind. Alright, y'all? Peace out.